Good evening, residents. We are ready to call our meeting to order, please. If you would take your seats, we'll go ahead and get the meeting started. We are ready to begin the regular city council meeting, March 19, 2025 at 6 p.m. I will now call the roll. I am Deborah Cullen, the acting city clerk. Councilperson Kashaba Miller Anderson.
Present.
Councilperson
We can't hear Ms. Hall.
Residents, we are ready to begin our meeting. If you would please take your seat. Thank you. Councilperson Shirley Lanier.
Here.
Councilperson Glenn Spiritus.
Here.
Jonathan Evans, City Manager.
Present.
Acting City Clerk Deborah Hall is present. City Attorney Don Wynn.
Here.
We will now stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance that will be led by myself. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. City Council Board members, we would like to entertain a motion to adopt tonight's agenda, please.
So moved. Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Councilperson Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Lanier,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus.
Yes.
Okay, that's a unanimous vote. We are now on oath of office, item 1A, the administration of oath of office to newly elected officials. And we will begin in the order of Councilperson Lanier, Councilperson Bruce Guyton, and Councilperson Priscilla Davis Penier. Ms. Lear, if you would come forward, please. So presenting Ms. Lanier with the oath of office will be Alexia Cox, Palm Beach County State Attorney for Florida's 15th Judicial Circuit, where she leads a team of 115 prosecutors and 180 professional staff in 5 offices throughout Palm Beach County. Welcome, State Attorney.
Can I get everyone who supported me for the last 6 years? Could I get everyone who supported me to please come up front? Everyone that has supported me, please come up front. Everyone that has supported me, please come up front. Everyone who supported me. Everyone.
Okay, so you're gonna raise your right hand, and then you're gonna read the oath, and you're gonna repeat after what she says. Okay? Okay. Amen.
Good evening, and thank you, Councilperson Lanier, for inviting me to share this special occasion with you. This is my first time actually administering an oath to an elected official, so I'm doing so tonight with great pride and great honor as your state attorney. If you will, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Shirley Lanier,
Being a citizen of the state of Florida
being a citizen of the state of Florida
and of the United States of America,
and of the United States of America,
and being elected to represent City Council District 3
and being elected to represent City Council District 3
in the city of Riviera Beach,
and the city of Riviera Beach,
Palm Beach County, Florida,
Palm Beach County, Florida,
and a recipient of public funds in this capacity,
and a recipient of public funds in this capacity,
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
under oath
under oath
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Florida
and of the state of Florida
and conform to the statutes
and conform to the statutes
and general laws of the state of Florida,
and the general laws of the state of Florida,
and do all in my power
and do all in my power
to uphold, support, and enforce
to uphold, support, and enforce
the charter and ordinances
the charter and the ordinances
of the city of Riviera Beach, Florida,
of the city of Riviera Beach, Florida,
and perform the duties for the office
and perform the duties for the office
of city council
of city council
upon which I am about to enter
upon which I'm about to enter
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Councilperson.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. These right here are the people that got me elected. These are the people right here that have been my biggest supporters from 2019. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
So, Ms. Lanier, congratulations on your election. I will have you sign your oath, and the city clerk's office will present a bag to you containing the 2025 Government and the Sunshine Manual, the latest issue of the Robert's Rules of Order, and a book entitled Mastering Council Meetings. Congratulations again. And can I have you to sign right quickly? So you're going to sign here. And then sign one under there. Very good. Thank you. The next person to receive their oath will be Mr. Bruce Guyton. We have Pastor Maurice Johnson, the senior pastor of Roanoke Baptist Church in West Palm Beach, who has been the pastor there for 24 years. Mr. Guyton? Pastor? Okay. You're going to read this copy. He's going to take mine. And that's it.
Thank you, thank you. I invited some people to come up here with me. Where's Bill Conto? I just saw him. Did Bill leave? Diana? Bill? JB? Thank you, baby. Okay, I think we're ready. All right. Wait. Commissioner Miller, are you going to join us? We're ready now. We're ready.
Let me thank you, first of all, for this privilege to administer to you the oath of office. And I take great pride in doing this as a member of the Roanoke Baptist Church. And you will repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Bruce Guyton,
Being a citizen of the state of Florida
being a citizen of the state of Florida
and of the United States of America,
and of the United States of America,
and elected to represent Council District 1
and elected to represent Council District 1
in the city of Riviera Beach,
in the city of Riviera Beach,
Palm Beach County, Florida,
Palm Beach County, Florida,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
in the capacity,
do I hereby solemnly affirm
under oath that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Florida,
and the state of Florida,
and conform to the statutes
and conform to the statutes
and general laws of the state
and general laws of the state
of Florida,
and
do all in my power
do all in my power
to uphold, support, and enforce the charter and ordinances
the charter and ordinances
of the city of Riviera Beach,
of the city of Riviera Beach,
Florida,
Florida,
and perform the duties of the office
and perform the duties of the office
of City Council
of City Council
upon which I am
upon which I am
about to enter
about to enter
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that, Rev. Thank you. Thank you. These people up here rode with me through thick and thin, and I just want to thank you publicly. I couldn't have done it without you, and much love. I appreciate all of you. And to all of the voters.
Mr. Daniel, just one moment. I'll have you to sign your oath, please. And then the city clerk's office is also presenting to you the 2025 edition of Government in the Sunshine, the latest edition of Robert's Rules of Order, and Mastering Council Meetings. So if you would just sign your oath, sign both this one and the one under there. And that one, yeah, right there. And so you can, okay, so you can take your seat. Here's your bag. So take your seat. Thank you very much. If Mrs. Purcella Davis Pannier can come. So you're gonna read the oath? Yes. So Mrs. Purcella Davis Pannier will receive her oath by her mom, Mrs. Gwendolyn Davis, the former Riviera Beach City Clerk. Okay, so Ms. Davis, you're going to read this language here. And oh, the same with you, yes. So you're gonna raise your right hand and you're gonna repeat after what she recites.
I'm gonna put this right here. Come on, come on, come on. Please. All right, I'm sorry. What am I doing holding my hand up? Raise your right hand.
Ms. Davis, you're gonna read this paragraph to her and she's going to repeat what you say, okay?
Okay, very good. All right. Please raise your right hand. I do. I love to. This is a duty that I am very pleased and proud to have this evening. I am proud to have this opportunity to swear my daughter into office. I've sworn many people into office for the city of Riviera Beach as city clerk, and tonight is the night that I will always remember for the rest of my life. Repeat after me, please. I, your name,
I, Priscilla Davis Pannier,
being citizen of the state of Florida
being a citizen of the state of Florida
and of the United States of America,
and of the United States of America,
and being elected to represent City Council District 5
and being elected to represent City Council District 5
in the city of Riviera Beach,
in the city of Riviera Beach,
Palm Beach County, Florida,
Palm Beach County, Florida,
and a recipient
and a recipient
of public funds
of public
in
funds
this capacity.
in this capacity.
Do hereby solemnly affirm
Do hereby solemnly affirm
under oath
under oath
that I will support
the
Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
and conform
and conform
to the statutes
to the statutes
and general laws
and general laws
of the state of Florida,
of the state of Florida,
and do all in my power
and do all in my power
to uphold, support,
support,
and enforce
and enforce
the charter
the charter
and ordinances
and ordinances
of the city of Riviera
of
Beach,
the city of Riviera Beach,
Florida, and perform
and
the
perform
duties of
the duties of
the office of city council
the office of city council,
upon which I'm about to enter
upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Okay, so I just need you to sign your oath. Thank you. So you're gonna sign the top copy and the bottom copy. The original. So Ms. Priscilla Davis Panier will also receive the Government in the Sunshine 2025 edition, a Mastering Council Meetings book, and the latest edition of Robert's Rules of Order. Congratulations.
Thank you
Ms.
so
Panier.
much.
You can,
All right. And I'm going to follow the veteran, Ms. Lanier. With all of my supporters since 2007, please stand up. When I originally started my political venture, would you all please stand up? Those that are here standing, all of you who are here to support me tonight, if you would please stand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope to make you all proud, and I hope to represent the residents of Riviera Beach with dignity, honor, and transparency.
so you can take your seat at the dais. Is Mr. Dale Holness in the building? Dale Holness. Is Dale Holness in the building? Dale Holness? Board members, at this time, we are on item 1B, request for nominations for City Council Chairperson for 2025-2026. The floor is now open for nominations.
Ms. City Clerk,
Yes, sir.
I would like to nominate Ms. Shirley Lanier for the chair.
Okay, Shirley Lanier. Are there any other nominations?
Madam City Clerk, I would like to nominate Mr. Glenn Spiritus.
Okay, are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Being that there are none, we will take a vote on a nomination for Shirley Lanier as City Council Chairperson for 2025-2026. Councilperson Guyton. Councilperson Davis Panier.
No.
Councilperson Lanier.
Yes.
Councilperson Miller Anderson.
Yes.
That passes with Councilperson Davis Panier dissenting. So at this time,
Spiritus didn't vote.
I'm sorry, Dr. Spiritus, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Dr. Spiritus,
Yes.
Okay, so that passes with Councilperson Davis Pannier dissenting. So Shirley Lanier is the City Council Chairperson for 2025-2026.
That's okay.
That's available to you, so we're on item number 1C.
I thank my colleagues for voting for me for the chair of this position. Our next item on the agenda is request for nominations for City Council Chairperson Pro Tem for 2025-2026.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Kashamba Anderson Miller.
Any other nominations?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we get a vote for Ms. Kashama Miller Anderson?
Madam Chair, just want to make one correction on her name. Kashamba Miller Anderson has been nominated for Chairperson Pro Tem for 2025-2026. Councilperson Davis Pannier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chairperson Lanier,
Yes.
Chair, Councilman Spiritus,
Yes.
and that is a unanimous vote. So,
And a yes for me as
I'm
well.
sorry, Miller Anderson. Okay, I apologize. And that is a unanimous vote for Council Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson, 2025-2026.
The next item on our agenda is the request for nominations for CRA Chair and Vice Chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to nominate you, Ms. Shirley Lanier.
Second. I'm sorry.
Are there any other nominations for the Community Redevelopment Agency Chair? Hearing none?
Councilperson Davis Pannier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Lanier,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus,
Yes.
unanimous vote. So,
the next item is the request for nominations for the Community Redevelopment Agency Vice Chair.
Madam
Nominations,
Chair,
I'm sorry?
Madam Chair, I would like to nominate Mr. Glenn Spiritus.
Any other nominations for the Vice Chair of the Community Redevelopment Agency?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Ms. Kashamba Miller Anderson.
There are two nominations. Ms.
so we will take the vote on Councilperson Spiritus first. Councilperson Davis Pannier,
Yes.
Councilperson Guyton,
No.
Chair Lanier,
No.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
No.
Councilperson Spiritus.
Yes.
That item fails with Chairperson Lanier, Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson, and Councilperson Guyton dissenting. We will now vote on the second nomination, which would be Councilperson Kashamba Miller Anderson, Councilperson Davis Pannier,
What are we doing? Yes. What are we doing?
We're
Obviously.
voting on the nomination for Councilperson Miller Anderson as Vice Chair of the CRA Board.
Thought you just said that it passed because, okay. No.
Councilperson Guyton,
Yes.
Chair Lanier,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Councilperson Spiritus.
No.
Okay, hold on. So that item passes with with Chair Pro Tem Lanier, I'm sorry, Chairperson Lanier, Chair Pro Tem Miller Anderson, and Councilperson Guyton voting yes, and Councilperson Davis Pannier and Councilperson Spiritus voting no. So Councilperson Miller Anderson is the Vice Chair of the Riviera Beach Community Redevelopment Agency for 2025-2026.
Our next item, Madam Chair, is 1E.
Item 1E is the presentation of the 2025 municipal results by the acting city clerk, which is me. The information is available online. I do apologize. But the election results were certified by the Palm Beach County Canvassing Board and signed by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections, Wendy Satori Link.
We will go to public comment here. This is the comments from the public. Public comments shall begin at 7:30 unless there is no further business of the city council, which in that event, it shall begin sooner. In addition, if any item is being considered at 7:30 p.m., then comments from the public shall begin immediately after the item has been concluded. Please be reminded, the City Council Board has adopted rules of decorum governing public conduct during official meetings, which has been posted at the front desk. In an effort to preserve order, if any of the rules are not adhered to, the City Council Chairperson, that is myself, may have any disruptive speaker or attendee removed from the podium, from the meeting, and or the building if necessary. Please govern yourselves accordingly.
Comment cards. Madam Chair, we have 5 public comment cards that were submitted. And we will begin with Cindy March, Lloyd Brown, and Rochelle Hughes. Yeah, she's coming.
Good evening, council.
Good evening.
I just want to say, where do we go from here? I hope our number one priority is the clean water here in the city of Riviera Beach. If we have any obstacles with the water, let's be transparent, let's be honest. Let's also be able to tell the residents, not just in a town hall meeting, but whether it's in their area, in someone else's resident community, let us know. Because we've been fighting this thing for a very, very long time. It just not started 10 years ago. The water been bad for many, many years when it was at Solartron Devices on Blue Heron Boulevard. So enough is enough. So being that we got a new council, I'm asking and I'm praying that you all go by the charter. Get away from the person of Indelos. Let's move this city forward because this city is a city where we love to live, work, and play. It's a rich city, and it's no reason why a lot of us doesn't feel comfortable in the city of Riviera Beach because of the bad management and leadership. So let's put this behind us and move this city forward. Another thing I want to say, when I say about being honest, long time, no disrespect to you all as residents. I know how you all feel about your community, but keep in mind, anytime a big developer owns a piece of property, he can do whatever he wants to do with it as long as he follows the guidelines. So the 2 candidates told you that he's not going to build. Don't come in here crying because you know the charter. You was told what was going to happen, and you have the right. Don't get me wrong, because I'm not here to be argumentative. You have the right to make your own decision who you want to vote for. But when they take over your community with 200 and something units, just know I'll be at this same podium and to tell you I told you so. So I want this city to move forward. Mr. Evans, You got it the way you want it. We want you to be transparent because if not, we still got enough power to try to replace you because it's enough already.
The next speaker is Lloyd Brown.
Oh, thank you for clapping there. Oh, my name is Lloyd Brown, and all I got to say is this.
Quiet. We have
And I'm-
someone at the podium. I'm sorry, Mr. Brown. We need to have quiet for our speaker, please. If you cannot be quiet, I'll have the officer to remove you. We have a speaker at the podium.
Okay, all I got to say is, people been coming to me and they've been saying, Lord, have you voted? And I told them, back when I first started voting, those people that we voted for, we held them accountable for what happened. Here, just to vote because I know it was people who got killed back in the days and all that, but still. So people get up here and they say, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to vote because of that. That's what a fella told me, because of what was going on when we were getting hung and whatever. But I told him, I said, with those people, those black people back then who represented us, we held them accountable. And I mean, it just seemed like this was going on over here is like a conspiracy. I mean, I've never seen a city like, y'all think that it's just the water? Do you look at the people who moving in next door to you? They all got jobs. I mean, so all these years that we've been here and y'all been coming here from back over there in Riviera Beach, you're supposed to close the stores down. Nothing happened. Okay, now you want to have the people going around with an open container. As long as it's in a bag, I think it shouldn't be nothing done because that's Fourth Amendment rights. But let me get back to what I want to say, because if I can say it how I want to say it, y'all ain't gonna like it. You in there, and that don't mean nothing. It's what you do. We always talking about the water. The water, that problem been there. But there's so many other problems. Like in District 1, the people from Walmart, they got people coming from the stink store, going to Walmart, bringing stuff over to our city, and I haven't seen anybody say anything about it. I've been bringing this up forever. And then let me tell you, new neighbors, you walk by, you don't say anything, you don't speak. When I get mangoes on my tree, I don't speak either. Because I'm going to be honest with you. But I mean, this is a big old mess. Y'all backing people, but y'all got to hold them accountable. Don't just do it because people died back in the days. Those people back in the days, they were accountable for what happened. And we need the churches to start stepping in. Where do you think Martin Luther King came from? A gang? No. He came out of a church, and those churches helped. I was in a church in Baltimore. We went. My mother ain't pushed the issue, but we went, and that church helped the neighborhood. These churches now, they hire brown. That's what one church minister told me. He hired brown. So now he don't hire, that brown that he hired don't hire blacks. Okay, and in the city, you subbing out jobs when these people who work for you got kids that can use these jobs, but you subbing them out. Y'all need to think about that. You think you need the police, you're gonna need the army. You keep letting these young kids grow up like they growing up.
Thank you for your comment, sir.
The next speaker is Rochelle Hughes. Rochelle Hughes, followed by Chandra Stringer and Terrence Davis.
Good evening, Rochelle Hughes, Lone Pine Estates. I'd like to welcome the new council for the 2025-26 year. Look forward to all 5 of you being together, doing stuff together. Couple of new faces, welcome. We're excited over in Lone Pine to see what's going to happen. A couple other things I just want to mention. I want to do a shout out to Nehru in code compliance. He's helped me quite a bit with some things that I've had and easy to email, and he gets back to me. So I just want you council people and city staff to know that he's been amazing with some stuff helping me with. I also want to give a shout out to the utility district. Last week, we got a notice that we had a leak, 24 gallons per hour. I was freaked. Ended up being a leak underneath our house. We fortunately got it fixed. And I recalled something hearing at a meeting about if there's a leak or you're filling your pool or something like that, you can get in touch with the utility district, which I did via Mr. Evans and Mr. Sherman. And there's one other person that was on there and I forgot his name, but they've been tremendous about getting back to me and responding. So I want to thank them for that. I also want to thank Major Gordon. I had not an issue, but I had a question for him and whatever, and I was able to get a message to him and he responded back. So I just want to thank him as well. I just want everyone to know you guys have a great team here in the city, and I think if we can all get together and work together, we can really make this a great city. Definitely, the water is of the utmost importance. So, you know, we're seeing some action going on over there. So keep it going. And let's make this a great year for the city of Riviera Beach. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
The next speaker is Chandra Stringer, followed by Terrence Davis and Mrs. Mary Brown.
Good evening and happy Wednesday. Congratulations to those that were elected and those that were re-elected, to Mr. Evans. I'm grateful for the process, but I stand before all the residents that are watching virtually. I'm going to please beg of you to not allow whatever the results happen to disenfranchise you or discourage you. We are a people that have always stood together. So no matter the outcome, we are going to continue this work. We're going to continue to make sure that you're informed and engaged as much as possible. To have over almost 39,000 residents register in the city and a few less than that to register, and less than 3,500 or better to vote, it was very disheartening. Not even most of the results, but the disengagement of the residents. So I'm asking you, and for those that are here, don't allow what you don't like to not participate in what you do like. And from that point, I'm going to ask that the sitting council will make sure, put your best foot forward, that the residents are informed. I've seen flyers out for activities that's going on with our city, but when I went to the website, those same flyers were not there. A lot of times we hold things that are beneficial for the city, but residents may or may not show up. And I'm finding it's because they don't know. And this is not a condescending statement, but I'm not for sure how we can go by making sure that the residents are informed about activities that's going on in the city to benefit them and keep them engaged. The other thing is I want to elaborate on the fact that as you guys are planning your budget for the upcoming fiscal year, that we look at multiplicities of ways of resource development. I'm not for sure if we actually were awarded that $20 million grant that would have gone towards water infrastructure. If someone could speak on that when that time is appropriate, that would be most helpful to me. But I think we got to be strategic in our thinking. Expenses are rising from a city standpoint, but they're rising even more so from a household standpoint. And we don't want people leaving the city because they can't afford to stay in the city. The last thing I would say is, you know, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of chatter about your biggest job that's on the forefront, which is the appointment of mayor. I stand flat-footed here to tell you that when that position opens, I will put my resume in. I ran in 2022. I was not successfully elected, but I have stayed engaged. I just don't pop up during election time. And I would encourage you to please, when you're considering those resumes and those cover letters and that experience, that you will consider the citizens first and make your best choice that will not only work with you, work for you, but ultimately have the citizens in mind. Good night.
Thank you for your comments.
The next speaker is Terrence Davis, Mrs. Mary Brown, and Cheryl McGuinn.
Good evening, Council. I was going to say Mayor by routine. Terrence Davis, proud Riviera Beach resident, proud father, proud leader of my household and our community as I focus on love 33404. Council, Councilman Bruce Guyton, I want to say congratulations on your return to the dais and for your hard-fought campaign. Councilperson Lanier, congratulations on a well-fought campaign with respect and Councilperson Davis Penier, congratulations as well on your efforts. This is the only night as a council person that we in this room can make it about you. And you can do the same thing. This is swearing night. There's no real city business. This is about a new year as you get approaching the new budget year. The residents of the city of Riviera Beach deserve the best. I do believe with this new leadership that's returning, where his passion is, Mr. Guiding, I've served on the desk with you previously, and I know where your heart is. Penier, I've seen you fight years and years and years as mayor as I returned home from FAMU. I saw your work ethic. I know what's in your heart. I know what's in your DNA when I think about your father and your mother. We all grew up in the barnyard, so many of us, Lanita Parrish, Malcolm Summers, so many of us. We know what it's like bringing the history back to this city. Riviera Beach has always been a city that took care of itself when you had an opportunity to fail at home if no one else gave you a chance. So what I ask you and encourage you and congratulate you is don't forget home. Congratulations again.
Thank you for your comments. Next is Mrs. Mary Brown, followed by Cheryl McGuinn. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Ms. Mary Brown. I'm going to say congratulations to the new board that is sitting there, and I hope that you proceed to make investments to do well in this city here. I would not doubt some of you all, but you have to stay on the course. I'm going to share something with you because this was told to me by both sides, Republicans as well as Democrats, because Ms. Brown deals with all of them. That the reason that they did not do anything with Commissioner McCoy like they should have, because it was conduct on the board there that was unacceptable. So we have to change that. We have to change that because Riviera Beach is labored for that. But we should come in with that governing spirit to look at the whole totality of this city here, from the Single Islands to the mainlands, north, south, east, and west. We must do that if we expect for this city to move forward and for others to look at us for who we are. When I spoke down at the commissioners meeting, Palm Beach County Commissioners meeting, I'm sure everybody's seen it, I said those things. I also met with some of them. See Bruce up there smiling. Lunch break, they was coming in there because Ms. Brown is going to give us what we need. And that's those corrective measures, because I've been in this fight here, a long, long time. I'm going to say kudos to Ms. Valerie Gramsley, Simone, Mr. Fariso, whoever, wherever they're going at. Ms. Brown and the city in its entirety, we wish you well. On last month, I was told that she should be suspended or either taken out of the classroom. There's the proof there. I want you to put it in the minutes there. That she accosted me. You don't do that to Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown is trained it. You got 5 points there. It doesn't matter whether you big or small. You will bleed and choke on your own blood. See, we was trained to do that same thing for how we have to navigate in these communities. And that was the first time, but please let it be the last time, because I do not do that type of stuff. Like I told the commissioners and everybody, I work with everybody. It doesn't matter. And when you don't speak, you got a problem, because Ms. Brown does not have a problem. You have that problem. You have that problem and not Ms. Brown. So please, and in that conversation with her, I didn't even know that she was running. Miss Erica Davis informed that she was running, and Miss Davis made some comments. So I asked her, I tried to navigate, tell her about the proper procedure in filing.
Thank you so much, Ms.
You
Brand, for
will
your
not
comments.
lie on me.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you. Congratulations, board.
Thank you for your
last
comments.
Put it in my file. Put it in the minutes.
Ms.
Let me
Brand?
in.
Thank you. Put it in.
Madam Chair, the last speaker is Cheryl McWinn. Cheryl? I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cheryl Melvin. I'm here standing with my husband, Unique Melvin, and we are residents of Riviera Beach. We want to thank each and every one of you and congratulate you for your position in office. What I ask is just that you have total transparency, that you show yourself worthy of the position that you have been elected for. And not only on election time do you come out, but on all times that you show yourself to the citizens of Riviera Beach. Because it's very hard when you're sitting on the council board and we don't know who you are. It's very disappointing and disheartening when you sit on the council board and we've never seen your face. We only see you during election time or if there's a photo op to be had. So I ask and I implore, we are also a foundation in Riviera Beach. Our foundation is Sincere 2000 Foundation. We lost our son to suicide in 2018. We do a lot with the community. We extend our hands to each and every one of you and ask you to get on board. Make sure that you understand that mental health is real. Suicide is real. We don't want it to come to your front door before it's too late and then you're trying to figure out what to do with your loved ones. We're here for the city to make sure that we give back and that we do what we need to do so that each and every resident is afforded the opportunity to know what they need to do when they find themselves in a crisis situation. So the different things that we have in the community, we're asking that you all be a part of it. You know, we might not always agree, and sometimes we might have to disagree. But any personal feelings that you all have amongst each other, we ask that you put it aside and think about the residents. Think about the children. Think about the people that you can impact in this world. I want to thank Councilman Lawson because from the very beginning, even when it wasn't election time, he was there going for us, making sure that he stood in the paint, making sure he rallied for the things that we had to do and the things that we send to the community, the 3,000 children that we reach and touch every single year. And without your help, we're not able to do it. So I pray that when it comes time for you to be appointed or elected, or even put your name in the race for mayor, that you all think about the person that you always see, not the one that you sometimes see. You see him everywhere at all times. So hopefully I stand here and I'm standing with my 10 toes down as I heard earlier, and I'm standing behind Councilman Lawson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, that is the end of public comment.
Thank you. The next item is discussion by the city manager.
Yes, Madam Chair. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to thank the former elected officials, Mayor Felder, Councilperson McCoy, and Councilperson Lawson for your tireless effort and leadership. You all committed a lot to this agency. There was a lot of great things that occurred under your leadership, and I understand the task and the charge that you all were dealt with. I can tell you each and every one of those folks that served on the board took late phone calls from residents, addressed issues, whether it be in their district or not, but they did so with passion, they did so with compassion for their community, and they cared about what was to move Riviera Beach forward. As an elected official, you all know, especially those that have served in the seat, that this is a tireless job, and it is sometimes a thankless job, and you do it for the community that you serve and the people that you care about that live in the community. So on behalf of administration, I want to thank you for your leadership, your commitment, and helping us move the city forward. And I want to thank you for teaching me a lot and working with me and the staff to move the vision forward. So at this time, if we would indulge me for a moment just to give the former elected officials a round of applause for their service. for the new elected officials, certainly welcome aboard. We're glad to have each and every one of you aboard. The new elected officials, City Councilperson Guyton and City Councilperson Davis Pinier, thank you for the opportunity to meet with you all and understand just a little bit about your collective vision, and looking forward to working with you to move this city forward. We have a lot of opportunities, we have a lot of challenge, but understand that we're committed to work with you to move this agency forward for the best Riviera Beach that we all want to see for future generations and also our residents that live here. So thank you for answering the charge and choosing to be in these seats, because it is a labor of love. And you know, Councilperson Guyton have served in the seat. You understand what the task and charge is, and Ms. Pinera doing some research, you understand as well what comes with the seat. So welcome aboard, and we're glad to have you. To Councilperson Lanier, we've had an opportunity to work together for 5 years, and I can tell you that you have been steadfast in your commitment, resolute in your approach, and you have always led with the Riviera Beach first. And I can tell you that it's been an honor to work alongside of you, and I'm looking forward to working with you in the next couple of years to address some of the things that are priorities for you. And for the balance of our board, of course, Councilperson Spiritus and Councilperson Miller Anderson, I'm looking forward to working collectively with this board for a new day in Riviera Beach and to move forward with more accountability, more transparency, more efficiency, and more things that we can be proud of here in our community. I live here. My daughter was born here, so I'm going to lead with passion, but I'm going to lead under your direction and your guidance collectively as a board. So welcome, and looking forward to the future here in the city of Riviera Beach. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. The city attorney?
Yes, good evening. I echo the sentiments of Mr. Evans as it relates to our former council people and the mayor. I welcome the opportunity to work with Councilperson Guyton and Councilperson Davis Pinier, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you. We'll start with Mr. Guyton for council statements.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is definitely a honor to be sitting back here, but it wasn't anything that I envisioned and imagined that I would be doing at this time in my life. As was mentioned, this is not my first ride at the rodeo. I've been elected, this would be the 4th time now. I'm one of the few people that have been elected in different decades. If anybody else, I'm not sure if anybody else has done that. I've been elected in the 90s. I was elected in the 2010s, and now I'm elected in the 2020s. That's because I love my community. People that give themselves to public service, they sacrifice a lot, personally, professionally, financially. So my hat goes off to anyone and everyone that decides that they are going to go through this rigorous, sometimes brutal, nasty process just to serve. And I can appreciate everyone that have made those sacrifices, because this is my 4th time. And God has blessed me to acquire certain knowledge, experience, and education, and I thought that I can add some value to the dais. One person is not the panacea to all the problems. I don't come with all of the answers, but I come with a lot of passion and love for my community. So, having been here, it's time to put the differences aside. The campaign is over, and we need to focus on the issues that's going to improve the quality of life of our residents. We cannot do it with the bickering and the back and forth. There's something about disrespect. There's some disrespect that closes doors that an apology cannot open. So we need to be careful how we speak to people and what we say to them and how we try to condemn them for purposes of an office. There's some disrespect that closes doors that an apology cannot open. In life, in life, we all experience things, and we definitely fall short of God's grace. Nobody's perfect, and we need to understand that tearing each other down doesn't benefit anyone. The goal should be to move our city forward. We've got water issues, redevelopment issues, um, employee morale, recreation issues for the kids to keep them out of the streets. There are a lot of things that I want to advocate and support in an effort to create jobs and opportunities for the residents of Riviera Beach. So I'm looking forward to working with my colleagues. There's no animosity in my heart. I'm willing to move the city forward, and it's my hope that the residents would have the same sentiment with regard to moving forward. Thank you very much.
Ms. Miller Anderson?
Yes, thank you. I just want to say welcome to Ms. Davis Penier and Mr. Guyton. I did have an opportunity to serve with Mr. Guyton several years back. And one thing I can say about him, and he failed to mention his famous quote that he loves to say, and that's one of the things that he truly believed in was data, documents, and evidence. That's his favorite saying, and he held true to that. So I look forward to continuing the work that we were doing back then. But I think we have an opportunity to do even more now. So welcome. And then Miss Davis Penier, haven't had an opportunity to work with her, but we go all the way back to preschool at Hilltop. So when when you're born and raised in Riviera Beach, you pretty much know everybody. And you've touched them some point at some time. So I welcome you here. And, as you said when you came up, we will be fine. We will be able to continue the work that we've done. And I do want to give Mr. Evans um, not a round of applause, but just a token of appreciation in terms of when we had Palm Beach County Day a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Evans and Mr. Spiritus and I were there on the first day, and our lobbyists had us booked for meeting with different legislators all day on the first day. And so it was the three of us that were going to meet with everyone. But Mr. Evans was very articulate in making sure that our needs were expressed. And I want everyone to know that our main purpose when we were up there was all about water. So the water issue, that's at the top of our list. That goes without saying. And we've already done some things to put those things into place in order to continue to make sure that we have water that we're all happy to have. And then also one of the things that we were advocating for was for the police, and Chief Coleman is doing a wonderful job in terms of making sure that we're telling our own story. And if you haven't noticed, you see a lot of news reports that are about cases being solved, just trying to make the quality of life better for all of us here in the city of Riviera Beach. And I think that goes along with just the things that Mr. Evans has been able to accomplish with his team for a number of years. And so I look forward to being able to continue all of the good things that we've been doing in the last several years. The other thing I wanted to say is, no, well, yes, so I've been here, March 10th made 10 years. I can't believe it's been that long, but one thing I can say is that it has been a pleasure working with all of the different people that I've been up here with, and I've worked with several people, more than several people actually, up here on the dais. And it takes us sometimes a little while to kind of get in sync. But at some point, I think we all realize that the main purpose in us being here is for the residents, is for the community. And as long as we keep that at the forefront, we'll be able to do wonderful things. And I do want to say best wishes to my former colleagues. Of course, Mr. Lawson. I know that he is always in the community and wants to make sure that everyone in the community gets what they need. And so I will miss that from you, Mr. Lawson, especially all in the video. If you know what that is, you know what if you know what I'm talking about, you know. But one thing about him, he truly makes sure that he shows up. And so, and sometimes I say, I don't know how you do it because you're everywhere, and that is great, and that reminds me of Mayor Master. So that's kind of the same thing that he did as a mayor. And so I just want to say thank you, best wishes to you, Mr. Lawson, and of course, Mayor Felder and Mr. McCoy, best wishes to you all as well. Thank you.
Ms. Davis, Blair, your statements.
Thank you. First, let me say congratulations to Councilperson Bruce Guyton and Chair Shirley Lanier. I look forward to working with you all. And the rest of the members here, I thank you all and hope that you will support me. I want to say thank you to um, Douglas Lawson, to Charger McCoy, Ronnie Felder for their hard work and dedication over the years as well. I am grateful and honored to accept this position here tonight as the City Council for District 5. My path to this position may have been unconventional and maybe a little controversial, but my position and my dedication to this position, you will see it. I will work hard for all of the residents of Riviera Beach. Whether your support was for me or another potential candidate, I promise to pursue your trust and your support every day while I serve you for the next 3 years. As we move forward, like I said, I will work tirelessly to face the challenges that our community has right now. We all have talked about the water. I think education is a major factor for me. Also, community engagement. I really want to promote more community engagement. We need our young professionals. We need our young people to be more engaged in our community activities. I really want to formulate a plan for communication, more communication of what we're doing in the city, because we are doing great things in the city, but as I think Chandra Stringer spoke, a lot of people don't know what we're doing. So I want to spearhead getting that information out to our residents and also hearing from you all. So having town hall, so I can see what it is that's your priority. We know the water is, but there are some other issues. Like the young lady and her husband mentioned mental health. Those are issues that are not just for Riviera Beach, but those are issues nationally. So those are things that we can, need to support our residents on. Our nonprofit organizations who really help service the residents in the community, our seniors, our youth, our homeless. I really want to connect with you all because my foundation is in nonprofit with my organization. And so I know that you do a mighty work in this community. So I want to be able to support you and your initiatives. I also want to make sure that my council, administration, the staff, and all the residents know that I hope to collaborate with all of you as we strengthen our communities together. And we strive to meet the needs. When we work together, we do more, we accomplish more. So I hope that, on Wednesdays, rather than people watching the city council meetings for entertainment, they'll be able to watch the city council meeting for content and seeing how they can work with us to accomplish some of the goals that are important to all of us. And as I sit here today, I just want to just thank God for all that He's done and how He's ordered my steps, and He will order my decisions. And I also want to just shout out, some of the leaders in the past that have impacted me: Mayor Claire K. Williams, the late Robert Moultrie, Mr. Bill Wilkins, Gerald Adams, Ann Iles, Mayor Bobby Brooks, Reverend Griffin Davis, Carrie Ward, Mr. Claude Tolbert, but most of all, my parents, the late Willie Bo Davis and Gwendolyn Davis. And to my family, Eric, Alexia, Richard, Ariane, Andre, Nana Hermes, my Hilltop family, my Dwyer and Riviera Beach Prep families. I really do thank you for your love and support and for your push, always pushing me to do more and to go after those things and really trusting that I can do a great job. And I promise you, as you get to know me personally, residents, you will know that I'm here. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to the residents of Riviera Beach. When I ran in 2007, I told them I didn't have to get paid, because at that point I was willing to work for free because I just wanted to be a part of seeing change and progress in our city. And yes, we have done some things, but there are some things that we're still stagnant on. So hopefully, my colleague said, we can work together and we'll continue to move our city forward. So once again, I also want to shout out the Citizens Leadership Academy from 2024. I don't know if any of you are here, but if you are, I want to say that one of my first tasks will be to make sure that we have that recognition ceremony that we were told that we would have, and that was the program that was under Miss Valerie Grimsley, who I understand is no longer employed here. But I hope that I will be able to work with the manager and his office to make sure that that is done, that you will be recognized, and that you will receive some type of end of the year or end of the session celebration. So we thank you for doing that, and we want to encourage more of our residents to participate in that if that comes back up, the Citizens Leadership Academy. So again, thank you. I ask that you all just continue to work with me, be patient with me. But I'm glad to be here, and I plan on doing a great job for you all and for me, because I live here, I've raised children here, I work here, I have a business here, I own property here. So I'm in it. I have some of the same concerns and issues that you have. So let's work together to bring our city where it needs to be, continue moving it forward. And I say thank you again. Again, let's continue to bring unity to our community and get things done. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Premier. Mr. Spitters?
Good evening, everyone. It was a real honor to be here today, but I just want to mention former council member Chadwick McCoy, and of course, former council member Doug Lawson, and the former mayor, Ronnie Felder. I would like to thank them for their leadership and their guidance for my first year on the city council. It was greatly appreciated, and it helped me unbelievably, and I'd like to thank you, and I'm sure that you're going to continue, both of you, well, three of you, working with the city and helping us achieve all the things that you started. So I'd like to see you stay here and help us complete these things by participating in other events and city actions. To Council Member Bruce Guyton and to Council Member Davis Panier, congratulations. And I'm really looking forward to serving with you on the City Council. To Council Chair Lanier, it was a pleasure serving with you for the last year, and I'm looking forward to serving with you for the next 2 years. We have a lot to accomplish. We have been, we always hear about the negative things in the city of Riviera Beach, but we have actually accomplished a tremendous amount in the last year. And I'm looking forward to seeing these things completed, like the water plant, the firehouses, mental health, other issues, education. We've been involved in all of these areas. And I think this is going to be a good year, and I'm looking forward to serving with all of you. To Councilwoman Anderson Miller, I did enjoy our trip up to Tallahassee, and I'm glad I got to to sit down with you and speak, and I think that's going to help a lot in the future and our relationship for the future. And thank you for taking the drive up there. I know it's a 6-hour drive. I drove the same 6 hours. It's not easy, but I think that we did a lot for the city up in Tallahassee last week, and I'm looking forward to doing that every year. And I just want to thank everyone for coming here tonight. And I want to thank, of course, I know how hard it is to lose an election, but I also know that you have to pick yourself up and move on and continue working for those same goals. And I'm sure that all those people that were not successful in this election, as I said before, will continue to work for this city, because I know they have the city in their heart and in their soul, and I'm sure they will continue working with us. And once again, I'm looking forward to a very, very great year for the city of Riviera Beach. Thank you.
I would first like to congratulate Mr. Guyton, Ms. Paneer on their win. I'm welcoming you to work together with us, with the council, with the city, with the residents. Of course, that you know that the residents come first, that it is them that we're trying to make sure that are taken care of, and to make sure that we work together. I don't see it being a problem. I think that we will work together well. I think that we will get a lot accomplished this term. And I'm happy to the residents who voted for me for a third term. I appreciate your support. I will continue to work doing educational initiatives, cultural initiatives, and ensuring that residents are receiving and benefiting from whatever happens in this city. Shout out to Ms. Deirdre Jacobs, who is our Assistant City Manager. Thank you so much for your support. And that, folks, is our meeting. Good night.
Wait. One question.
Okay.
Something that was mentioned at the podium that a lot of people are wondering about. What is the process for appointing the mayor? And what is the time frame?
Okay, we can address that. City Manager, would you comment first in regards to this process?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Go ahead.
The way that I believe it in is that there will be a notice that will be provided tomorrow. In that notice, it will prescribe the time in which persons are to submit their applications to the office of the city clerk. Those applications will invariably make their way to the city council for consideration. I'm going to be bringing you an item at the first meeting in April to get direction and clarity concerning the process and the steps in that process that you would like to move forward with. If you would like, the clerk can outline the actual dates of submission to provide additional clarity. But as it relates to if you wanted to have interviews or discussions or the like, that's something that I'm going to be bringing you in an agenda item at your first meeting in April to obtain clarity. So, Madam Clerk, if you have those dates, and you can communicate that for the public's edification as well as the board's.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Madam Chair, the dates that the city clerk's office will be receiving the applications, which consists of a resume and letter of interest to be submitted in person at the city clerk's office beginning Wednesday, March 26th at 8 a.m. and will end on Friday, April 4th at 5 p.m. So did you want me to repeat the dates again?
Let's go ahead.
Okay, so again, applications, which consist of a resume and letter of interest, will be received at the Riviera Beach City Clerk's office beginning Wednesday, March 26th at 8 a.m. and will end on Friday, April 4th at 5 p.m.
Madam Chair, I have a question
Yes, go ahead.
to staff. Is the policy that is being suggested and recommended, is that part of the charter? Is that a policy? Is that an ordinance? under what umbrella do these steps fall?
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Guyton, that is under Section 2-30 of the city's code of ordinances.
Okay. Okay, that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
what are the requirements for someone that wants to apply for mayor? They have to live in the city, they need to,
Uh,
what is the requirement?
Chair Pro Tem, yes, they have to be a resident of Riviera Beach and live within the Riviera Beach boundaries, and they have to show proof that they are a bona fide resident, and that would be their address on their government issue ID or voter registration card.
Is it so many years or just you live there
Um,
now?
It did not specify a number of years. It just had to be a Riviera Beach resident.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions in regards to that item?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So with the dates that you gave, it has to be filled within 30 days, is that correct? 30 days starts when? As of today or the 11th, March 11th?
30 days starts as of tomorrow, and it's 30 business days.
Okay,
Madam Pro
business
Tem.
days.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
One quick question. What is significant about tomorrow that it's going to trigger the start of the 30 days?
That's when the vacancy, that's how we interpret the vacancy to have started. Tomorrow is the next business day after these seats were filled.
Okay. Okay, that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Okay. Are there any other issues?
So, Madam Chair, is there an acting mayor in this 30-day period, or?
City manager?
Madam Chair, if I may, to this particular point, there is not an acting mayor. The chair does assume the responsibilities that the mayor's office does have, so that there is not an acting mayor per se, but it is prescribed that the chair serves in that capacity until a mayor is selected and named.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
Thank you.